Away, the survival series. I guess it's supposed to be some sort of hunting game. Well, let's see. It got a 3 out of 10 by Push Square, and a 3 out of 10 from PC Invasion, 52% on Metacritic. So let's read the negative reviews. I wish I had more positive points to speak about, but Away, the survival series just isn't that fun to play, and being a video game, this is one of the most important aspects for the developers to nail. The experience feels unnaturally empty and shallow, and while the good intentions are there, the execution makes it a hard title to recommend spending money on. PC Invasion. Oh wow, this was from PC Invasion. Buggy, broken, and boring. Away, the survival series is awful all around. And here, kitty poo pools. So we're gonna burn the spider and take a dump on it. Watch, because when you burn the cat, it takes a dump. There we go. Actually, more of the dump landed on the bear, but that's okay. Next game is Balan Wonderland. Now this is one of the most backhanded sounding reviews I've ever heard. I'm sad to say, but I've gotten used to disappointment when it comes to spiritual successors of iconic games made by their original creators. For every return as impressive as Bloodstained, there seems to be a far less successful attempt like Mighty No. 9. So I'm disappointed but not surprised to see that Balan Wonderworld, the latest 3D platformer from Sonic the Hedgehog co-creators Yuji Naka and Naoto Oshima, is a fundamentally flawed shadow of its predecessors. 4 out of 10 from IGN, 3 out of 10 from Nintendo Life, and 36% on Metacritic. Let's read some of the most negative reviews. Hodgepodge of half-formed platforming ideas that squander a whole lot of charm. Not comfortable or fun to play. This is from Silicon Era. It is not memorable. If you want to understand everything happening, you have to buy the ebook and go to that outside source for any explanation. Nintendo World Report. This game will leave you with a sense of wonder, a nagging sort of wonder, the kind of wonder that makes you wonder. Wonder how a game could masterfully miss literally every opportunity to treat its players with a modicum of respect. Balan Wonderworld is an otherworldly disaster, tedious to play, visually repellent, and, at least on Switch, stomach-churning to control. Wow. Someone gave this game a 1. This game had a lot of potential and hype going for it in its first trailer, being published by Square and developed by the creator of Sonic. Okay. Let's see. Very good idea and ambitious project, great cutscene graphics, sadly doesn't help at all. Bad graphics outside of cutscenes. This game is so bad they had to pay Japanese bots to post broken English reviews on Metacritic. Oh man, let me see. Here's one 10 out of 10 score. The literally most beautiful platform game made. Everyone's should play this incredible game. And then one last negative review. Actually kind of funny, bots and trolls are reverse review bombing the game with great scores. But let's be honest, Square doesn't care about this game, and neither should you. Stay away at all costs. It was an attempt to cash grab using the names of former Sonic creators. Because you'd hear that and be like, oh, the guys that co-created Sonic the Hedgehog. This game's going to be awesome. Balan Wonderworld sucks. The internet hath spoken. Yeah, buy the game! Look at this review! The literally most beautiful platform game made. Everyone's should play this incredible game. Oh, and no period on that last sentence, by the way. Alright. We're gonna make you the burnt sacrifice on top. Starting with that finger you're pointing. Bye-bye, Balan Wonderworld. No one will miss you. Alright, the next game we're going to talk about is Baldo, the Guardian Owls. 4 out of 10 by IGN, 4 out of 10 by Nintendo Life, 6.8 out of 10 by Video Chums. Let's look at Metacritic. Let's read the most negative reviews. Okay, Nintendo Life says, beautiful looking Ghibli-esque adventure that draws you in with its wonderful art style and atmosphere and then beats you into submission with its bewildering gameplay. This is an excruciatingly frustrating game filled with bad design choices, clunky combat, and traversal, and a terrible UI and map, and instant unfair death waiting around every corner. For a small number of gamers who thrive on pointless unfair punishment, there may be some joy to be found here. For everyone else, this one adventure you'd do well to avoid taking. So let's look at some user reviews. The game runs terribly, the damage system makes zero sense, a lot of input lag, sound effects are very delayed. Wow, this game has everything wrong with it. Alright, let's say goodbye to Baldo the Guardian Owls. What can you say about the Battlefield series? According to Yahoo Finance, Battlefield 2042 is now one of the worst reviewed games in Steam history. The game apparently came out November 19th. This review is from the 21st. Has over 29,000 negative reviews on Steam. 8th lowest rated game on Steam as of the printing of this article. Sweet mercy. I mean, that's all we need to know. I mean, what else do we really need to say? This is one of those series that's been around for a while. It's EA. We know what EA is all about and what they're not about. Instead of Metacritic, let's go to Steam. Let's read some of the mostly negative. 34% of the 69,079 user reviews for this game are positive. Sweet mercy. Okay. This one is from the 29th of November. I'm a 60-year-old man and have been playing this game have been gaming since the 90s. With this said, I've got a lot of experience gaming. This is by far the worst Battlefield new game release I've witnessed. I'm not going to spend time typing all the issues the game has because I'd just be echoing what others are posting. I'm really trying to like the game and I hope there are updates soon to come. One person says, thumbs down, I could have bought food. That's a very good point. Okay, another person, thumbs down. He, or she, I'm not sure. They made one of those pictures where it's all text characters that it's zoomed way out. It's a person squatting and taking a dump. Oh, this was clever. Someone wrote Battlefield 20-42 frames per second. Here's a positive review. Well, here's a thumbs up, but here's the review. I like when work. But when broke, with no E, I want bonk my head. Thank you. And a couple more. Broken and incredibly boring. Take me back to Bad Company 2. Yeah, I'd say this was a disappointment all around. Here's what we're gonna do. Damn. Next game. Big Rumble Boxing Creed Champion. 4 out of 10 from IGN, 7 out of 10 from Nintendo Life, 4 out of 5 for Laptop Magazine. That's a surprising, Let's see what Metacritic has to say. As a 67 Metascore. Forbes says, there's something to be said for simplicity in video games. Many are overly complicated and there's also room for forgiveness for a feature set of a game that isn't full price. However, a sports game with no online capabilities and a very limited single-player experience is a tough one to enjoy for any length of time. This game is unfortunately more limited than it is simplistic, and it causes a problem with overall enjoyment. I think that's a fair assessment. Not overly insulting and anything like that. It just sounds like a game people didn't really enjoy. Let's read what IGN had to say about it. Gonna sigh now. Instead of gonna fly now, it's gonna sigh now. Verdict. Creed Champions is easy to pick up and play, but has very little to keep folks hanging around, even for Rocky and Creed Saga superfans. It simply doesn't have the modes, the content, or the atmosphere to truly go the distance. Big old sausage. And some sushi. Have some meat and some fish. And some eggs. Oh jeez. I ain't waiting for a minute and a half for these. Pure whey protein powder. And this one's got 15 seconds left on it, so we'll wait for that. Let's see what Nintendo Life had to say. They were a little bit kinder. Nintendo Life says... Conclusion. It's a solid take on the Rocky Creed franchise, celebrating the wide variety of fighters that contributed to the series over the years. The gameplay is rather basic for the most part, with little deviation in style between the characters, but fundamentally the fights all feel fun, and it's incredibly satisfying when you land a knockout blow on your opponent. The graphics benefit well from more stylized art design, but limitations with the arena's crowds do stand out. If you're a fan of Rocky, though, you'll definitely want to step into the ring and try this one out. Yeah, I caught a glimpse of someone else's comment that said, the graphics in the game looked a little comic booky. Let's see, we're going to set fire to the sushi. Oh yeah. And since you set fire to the discount sushi, it causes all the flies to come out. Because it was that old gas station sushi. Bodybuilder combo. Choose your boxer. Train your boxer. Anybody remember Ready to Rumble boxing on the Dreamcast? That will do it for this chapter. Thank you for checking out my channel. If you like my content, please tell me in the comments below, or if you have any general feedback, I'd welcome that as well. Make sure you subscribe so that you're always up to date with all of my latest gaming adventures.